Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again. Did you another video. Now, like I told you earlier in the video that I was making a video about 10 things that I am leaving behind in 2019. And I put this poll up on YouTube, the community section, a few days ago, asking people what are some of their New Year's resolutions. And I appreciate all of you who supported that and also participated in that and gave your opinion and ideas of what it will be that you will be leaving also behind in 2019. And that's a good thing about, New Year's and new resolution, because change, a lot of people are afraid of change. That's why a lot of people stay stagnant and they never grow. Me, I'm my own worst critic. I critique myself more than anybody. And, and as of doing this for going on close to, 3.5 years already, but close to 4 years, you know what I'm saying? I have learned to appreciate certain little things. You feel me? And certain things I will just, let get under my skin sometimes. But I learned to appreciate certain things like people who just love you genuinely. That's one thing that I learned to appreciate. And I want to thank all of you all for participating in the show and also being a part of my family and letting me inside of your family, because some of you all really do show me genuine love. And I really do appreciate that. But here's my 10 things I am leaving behind in 2019. Some people are going to like it, some people not. But number one, because we're going to go and dive deep into it, because I got some stuff to do today. Anyway, negative family and friends who try to use you for their personal gains. It's nothing worse than somebody who try to use you for their own personal gain. It's like you cannot please these people. And just because you share the same blood as people or the same last name, they think that they are entitled to what you have, or that you owe them something, or that they should be on the same level you are, in which you can be on any level you want to. You can be above me or below me, but the point is it takes work to get there. You feel what I'm saying? Don't nothing come to you in this life for free except for a hard time. And that is the hardest thing for people to understand. So you will have these people who seeing you prospering, but not really realizing all the work that it takes to get there. They don't know about waking up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. They don't know about working until 6, 7, 8 that night and doing this every day for year after year. They don't know none of this. You see what I'm saying? But they look back and think that you just have it made, and then, me being a good-hearted person, I try to go out my way to please these same people. And guess what? Still nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Very few people will see, that you're a new person and that you're becoming a new creature. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said in the beginning, that the problem is with a lot of people is that they are afraid of change. And if you don't change, you become stagnant. So that's one thing I'm letting go. Negative family and friends who try to use me for their personal gain. Because you will have people who will go out and spend all their money. And the fact that I save my money, it's not how much you make, it's how much you save and how much you spend. You feel me? Because you can make $1 million and go trick it and blow it off, or you can make $50,000 and save 10% of that, and you will have more than a millionaire, because the millionaire just give his away. Think about that. But number two, the haters and the trolls you cannot compromise with. And there's always going to be somebody in life that you can't compromise this. I've been fighting long as Harpo been fighting on the color purple. You feel what I'm saying? I've been fighting my whole life. And guess what? I'm still going to fight to the end, because I'm here to fight. I'm a warrior. You feel me? And I don't expect people to know who I am, unless I tell you, unless I would know who you are, unless you tell me or show me. But I can show you better. I can tell you. So you cannot compromise with certain people. Sometimes you just have to let people talk and ignore them. You feel me? Because, you know what I'm saying? When you're in the league, who cares who's trailing? You feel what I'm saying? Just look behind them in your rearview mirror and push that gas pedal further, and you'll get further out of sight. And eventually, they will be so far back there in the back trailing you that you won't even see them in a rearview mirror. That's how I look at it, because you can't compromise with these people. Because when you start compromising with people who try to control you and take control of the narrative and direct your steps, you're no longer in control. You feel me? It's just like if you are a blogger or you are some kind of business owner, and somebody tell you, well, I don't like you selling K-Swiss. You need to sell Jordans. And you stop selling K-Swiss, which is that is your passion. You don't really care about selling Jordans, but you do it because you want to please everybody. But let me tell you this. As soon as you stop doing that, they're going to find something else wrong with you. And then guess what? You're going to constantly be like that dog running around chasing your tail. Now, if you want to play the game, you can play the game. But at the same time, you have to be rooted and know who you are. So forget trying to compromise with the haters and the trolls. And they can be family members. They can be people who are invisible. They can be people you never see. They can be whoever, because one thing I learned, is that you can't please everybody. And one thing about it, I know myself. And if you don't know yourself, it's so easy for somebody else to come and tell you about yourself. But when you know yourself, can't shit nobody to tell you. Now, true, we all should listen to people to a certain extent, but that's when it's coming from a good point, because it's a right and a wrong way to love somebody, and also a right and a wrong way to tell people what we call about themselves. You feel me? And grown folks should respect grown folks, but that is few and far in between these days. That was number 2. Now, number 3, being available, and this is one of the best ones, being available to everyone and letting their problems become my problems. You feel me? Because my life is good. I mean, when you done been through as much hell as I done been through, you feel me? All this shit becomes small things to a giant. And people are like, well, I like his platform, but why did he cuss? Why do I cuss so much? I mean, you talking about the little S word, the little a B word every now and then. Nothing like that. I don't even say the penis, or how they say the D thing, and I don't even call women vaginas the P word. You feel me? But I'm so negative and I'm so use so much profanity, but that goes back to the haters and troll. People are trying to control you in a narrative when they can easily just not even watch. But me being available to everyone, even through my emails and stuff, you couldn't imagine. And all the emails and comments and questions that I'll even go through, that me and my team are trying to go through daily, and people will bombard you with their problems. And you find yourself being just drained. You feel me? Because, we give so much to the world and to the people for those who care. But who's replenishing us? Who's putting back into us what we give out? Because guess what? Just like anything, it drains. You know what I'm saying? Even the sun don't stay up all day. The sun goes down. Just like a battery. You got to recharge that battery. And just like your soul and your mind, you have to recharge yourself. You got to get back, meditate, whatever you got to do. Sometimes you just got to walk away from it. And that's what I do. That's why I tell people at a certain time, I shut shop down. You feel me? Because I done gave all of myself to you all throughout the day. Can I at least have the evening and the night to myself? Think about that for a second. But you will have people who still have a problem with that. Oh, you must be doing this. You must be doing that. I can do whatever the hell I want to do. I'm my own man. You feel me? But when it comes to social media and family members and so-called friends, being available to everybody can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. But most of the time, it's a bad thing, because once they see that you're there and you got a listening ear and you got a caring heart, they're going to try to take advantage of you if they're not in the right place. And then get mad when you don't want to hear that shit no more. And that's just the truth. That's number 3. Now, number 4, neglecting myself and health because of work. You know what I'm saying? Because I love to work. Even when I was young, I used to get up and work. 7, 8 years old, I used to get up and go mow yards for $2 or $3. Yes, because, I realized at a young age, because I love Transformers and stuff, all that. If I wanted to get those Transformers, all that, I had to get up and go work for us. It wasn't no giving nobody nothing. You feel me? Even though my dad and them had money. But guess what? You still got to get up and go get it. You feel me? So you have people who are called workaholics. They just love what they do. I love what I do. I love YouTube. I love my YouTube family. I just love, being able to talk about my thoughts and also presenting myself in a way that can inspire others to do great things. You feel me? Because we all didn't start here. Look at me when I first started. I didn't start, where I'm at now. That's called repetition. And repetition is the key to what? Mastery. You feel me? Because if you repeat something long enough, guess what? You become great at it. But neglecting myself and my health when at the same time, I'm dealing with I hate to say it, a little high blood pressure. You feel me? Because, me thinking I'm Superman sometimes, especially when I was young, not really watching what I'm eating. But I realize as I get a little bit older that I should be more careful what I'm watching, what I take my body, that I need to focus on my health and not let work be the main priority. Because as soon as I get up, I'm thinking about work after I think the Most High, my God, walking my dogs and everything. I'm thinking about, okay, what I need to do today, just like a real man should. But at the same time, you can't neglect yourself. And that goes to everybody out here who's dealing with health issues, and for those who don't have health issues, because how you think you develop health issues when you overstress your body. Your body has a limit. You can only go so hard for so long. And then guess what? You got to shut down. Even when you awake, guess what you got to do eventually? No matter how bad you try to fight it, like a baby, you still got to go to sleep. So remember that. Don't neglect yourself because of your work, because your work will kill you. And it's just like some people who work all their lives and notice they'll die 2 or 3 months later after they retire. They let me working 40, 50 years, but as soon as they stop working, they die. But I'm not talking about that in that sense. What I mean is this. You have to take care of your temple, your body, yourself, your mind. Nurture that first, and then try to help whoever else, and then focus on that. Because if this ain't right and your soul ain't right and you're unhappy, what good is a job. You feel me? Your main job is to take care of yourself and then do things you're supposed to do on this earthly plane. That's number 4. But number 5, explaining myself to people who don't matter in my life. We all have a habit of doing that. We try to explain ourselves, and sometimes I go above and beyond. I know I do, because I want to make sure my point is clear. You feel me? But no matter what you say or do, people going to hear what they want to hear. Just like I could post something, you feel me, that may have hurt my feelings or maybe have offended me. But people would take what they see and dissect it however else, because we're all not going to think the same. So I understand that. But trying to explain myself is another thing. You feel me? Because I feel like this. I try to be balanced. Nobody is perfect in this world. I understand that, but I try to be balanced in my delivery. You feel me? I never did like bullies. I never did like people who kill people. That's why I do what I do. I had people killed in my family. You feel me? And even then, when I'm defending someone, I still have to explain to certain people. That make me question them. Like, why are you over here? I have to explain to people why I'm doing what I'm doing. I need to stop that, and I will stop that. So I'm not going to be explaining myself to people who don't matter in my life. Because one thing about it, I'm a very smart man. I can tell if you're with me and if you're against me. And if I feel in my heart, because this is about my feelings, you feel me, that you're against me, why else to entertain you? I'm not with that. I got so many more people, you know what I'm saying, that we can deal with and talk to and also conquer things with, instead of listening to some people who are always going to critique everything you say. So that's one thing also, explaining myself to people who don't really matter in my life. Because, when you have a good heart and you come from a good place, you want to do right. But at the same time, everything has a limit. And sometimes you just have to cut people off by the head and by the shoulders, and I mean that not in the sense of using a weapon, but at the same time, just cutting them off completely and going on. Because guess what? You're not going to stop this boat. And that's right there. That was number 5. Now, number 6, dwelling on the past and how things used to be. A lot of times the past affects our future. And that's if you let it. Because if I would have let my past affect my future, I wouldn't even be here in front of you all. I'll be somewhere really like this man you see on this shirt. And that's not to glorify. But, in one sense or another, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. You feel me? Because I was lost too until I was found. I'm not trying to preach, but, dwelling on the past and how things used to be, because we might look back at past relationships like, well, why didn't that work? And then we try to go back and reunite with that person. Guess what? We found out that person is much worse than they are now than they was back then. But still, we be blinded sometimes. We need to take those fish scales off our eyes and look at things and people for who they really are. And sometimes it's the reason why things didn't work out in the past. You feel me? Because most of the time, when things don't work out, it's for a reason. It's God divine order for those who believe. You feel me? But at the same time, it's like in this movie I was thinking about last night, Pet Sematary, how the man lost his wife and his son. Remember, his son got hit by an 18-wheeler in that movie Pet Sematary, and he tried to go dig up the bodies and stuff. The bodies were buried on the Indian burial ground. And he tried to go dig these bodies up, and these bodies were evil now, even though that was his son's body, but his son was not in the flesh. And that was his wife's body, but his wife was not in the flesh. It was because, everything has a time and a place. So sometimes it's best to let the past go. Just like if he was in that movie, even though it's a movie and I know it's fiction, but it still has a lot of meaning that you can interpret and correlate into your life, which means that sometimes it's best to leave things dead. You feel me? Yes, it's hurt. He lost his son. I'm talking about the movie. It hurt. He lost his wife. But he ended up losing his life because he didn't want to let that go. You feel me? If you go watch the movie. So it's good to let things go. It's good to remember the great times. And also if you want to remember the bad times. But don't let that affect your future and your future way of thinking. Because guess what? We all going to pass on eventually in this life. So that's number 6. Now, number 7. And sometimes, when I be talking, I don't realize the power of my words. And I realize my words have power. And anybody with good common sense can understand that. Just like when you talk, don't certain people listen? And, it takes time to build yourself up like that. But at the same time, not really taking into account, the power of my word. That's why I try to have a better delivery, because I'm still a work in progress every day myself. I'm not perfect, but I strive to be perfect, which I would never be perfect. You feel what I'm saying? But I still strive to be. And that's what you would want to be, even though inside that you would never be perfect, because to be perfect would make you God. You feel me? Now, you could be a little G for my people who know about the certain things, the certain lessons that are taught, but you would never be the big G. But underestimated myself, and don't you underestimate yourself also. And when you got something good, you hold on to that, you nurture that, and at the same time you humble yourself. So underestimated myself, it'll bring something out of you if you're not careful. So I have to be more attentive to what I'm saying in the words that are coming out of my mouth. So that right there is number 7. Now, number 8, holding on to things and people that serves me no purpose. That's number 8. Stop holding on to things and people who serve you no purpose in your life. It's just like an old pair of shoes, and what we call sentimental value. You feel me? Now that pair of shoes might be your favorite pair of shoes, or you might have worked hard to save up for them pair of shoes, but you just got to throw in the closet. Now guess what that does? That takes up space. You feel me? Now you remember you taking on baggage now, like that song by Erykah Badu, "Bag Lady." Those bags gonna drag you down. But what I mean by this is this right here. When you have a lot of excess baggage, which means people who serves no purpose, and also things who serve no purpose. It's like people who pretend to be your friend. It could be a family member or whoever else, brother, sister, whoever, but they serve no purpose to you. It's just like you having a car that has no motor outside. Why is it around you? Why do you have it around? Just to have it there? It's just like having a no good man or a no good woman beside you that won't even get up and help work and get up and help take care of the house, won't help clean. What is the purpose? They serve no purpose. But ask yourself this: why do you tolerate this? Why do you have it around you? So I look at that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a lot of people around me. You feel me? They come in with smiling faces, but at the same time, I always keep my eye open because once a snake, always a snake. And then I ask myself, when they reach out and try to bite me, you know, I tend to get mad. I realize, you know what? I knew it was a snake anyway. So why was they around me when they served me no purpose? Get people around away from you who serve you no purpose. And also things. You feel me? That's what the trash can for. That's what the dumpster for. That's what things belong that serve no purpose. Leave them in the trash can. And I mean that with all due respect. That was number 8. Now, number 9, pretending I am all right when I am not. See, because as a man, we are taught, as men, we are taught, most of us, you know what I'm saying, depends on how your dad was and how your granddaddy was, and also how your mom was and their side of the family. Certain one of us are taught, you know, to not let things bother us, to not cry over everything, which is really not crying. You feel me? Because crying, all that. You know, there's nothing wrong with expressing yourself. But sometimes we are hurting. A lot of times I done did videos, I done had the cold, I done had flus, I done had migraine headaches, I done had things going on in my life. But I'm sitting up here still performing for you all, just like somebody else walking out on the stage, and they could have just gotten into a fight. They could have, somebody in their family could have just gotten a car wreck, but you still got to go out there and perform because that's what the people want to see. You feel me? That's what y'all want to see. Y'all don't want to see me up here crying and boo-hooing, but y'all want to see the Trey King show. You want to be entertained. You want to hear certain things. That's why you became to love me. You know, you don't want to see me up here just being something else. But, you know, we all go through ups and downs in life. But as content creator, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be called a journalist or nothing like that. But as somebody who brings forth the news and as a content creator and as an entertainer, you know, we supposed to put things on a back burner, our real feelings. And I understand that because business is business. You feel me? Because don't nobody want to sit up there and see Kevin Hart complain and whine all day. Nobody want to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson complain and whine all day. I understand that. But we are human too. We go through normal things. So sometimes we do pretend everything is all right when it is not. And certain people who really know you and really who has a spirit of discernment, they can see that things are not right. And big shout out to them. But that's number 9, pretending I am all right when I am not. The final one, number 10, sacrificing my happiness for others. Because like I said in the beginning, I am happy with myself. You feel me? When you come from this low and you rise to this high, you will be happy too. I don't expect nobody to understand that. No person can sit on here and talk like that and talk with that much bold and authority and courage unless they done been tried. You feel me? Unless they done went through a lot in life. So if you done went through the fire and the storm, why in the hell would you wait till later on in life to be unhappy and keep sacrificing yourself daily for people who don't count? See, all this goes together. And this is just what makes me a better person. Now, I don't expect these 10 things to work for you. I don't expect everything I said, these 10 things to apply to your life. But we all go through certain things. So that's why I tell people this, you know, why do people stay the same? Why won't people change? And that's why I put up certain polls asking questions. It's not that I don't know the answer. It's true, I don't know the answer to everything. I want to know what people thinking because that's just the way I am. Most Aquarius are. But sacrificing your happiness for other people, when other people done sat up there and they did shit with their life, you have to understand that you have people like that. They haven't done a damn thing with their life. And they will sit around and wait till they're 20-something, 30-something, 40-something, 50, 60-something years old, sometimes 70, and want to come into your life because they're miserable but they come in smiling, but secretly there's some miserable souls because at the drop of a dime, they have a problem. And then guess what? Once inside them, they will try to reflect that and portray that on you, project that on you with the way they really feeling. So now you find yourself now you find yourself being in a place of compromise and try to compromise with people who are bitter people, and you can't compromise with those type of people. And what will happen, you will end up sacrificing your happiness for them. So if you're happy, be happy. And you're happy in 2019, you should be more happier in 2020. But guess what? We're all going to face trials and tribulation. We're all going to face things in life. But never let somebody take away your happiness, and don't sacrifice yourself for a damn person. You feel me? Because in the end, like that song by Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I, all you got in the end is yourself. So remember that. Remember the star player, like Cat Williams said. And I hope 2020 brings great things into you all lives, because I know it will mine. And I'm looking forward to 2022 like I was 2019. And it's been a hell of a year, and I thank all of you all for being a part of the Trey King Show family. And I'm out.